Goat is the brand new movie from Sony Pictures Animation that just hit theaters. The film stars Caleb McLaughlin, who voices the character of Will Harris, a goat. And in this world, basketball is the number one sport, but in this world, it's called Roarball, dominated by very tall, big animals like gorillas or alligators, things of that nature. But Will, when he was a kid with his mom, watched his favorite basketball player of all time in person, who is Jet Fillmore, who in this movie is voiced by Gabrielle Union, which inspires him to be the shortest, I guess, player ever to play professional warball. And out of nowhere, he goes viral after embarrassing current warball player Maine, played by Aaron Pierre. So he gets signed to the team, which is being played by Jet, who's voiced by Gabrielle Union. That team also includes Archie, played by David Harbour, Moto, voiced by Nick Kroll. You also have Olivia, voiced by Nicola Coughlan, Dennis, voiced by Pan Oswalt, and Lenny Williamson, voiced by Steph Curry, who also serves as the producer on the movie. And a big underlying plot is that Jet is considered the greatest basketball player of all time, or warball player of all time, but she has no championships, and that's what their team, with Will, is trying to accomplish. The film is rated PG and is an hour and 40 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinenberg. We're talking GOAT, so if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell so you're notified when my videos hit the channel. I talk all things movies, TV shows, movie franchises. I do out of theater reactions, award show videos, and every Monday I break down the box office. So please subscribe, ring the bell. If you are new, comment down below. What are your guys' thoughts on GOAT? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you want to see more movies? Or do you think this is a one-off movie for Sony? Let me know down in that comment section. Also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. So I was not excited for this movie, honestly, at all. Movies like this come out feels like all the time, especially in kids genres, and the trailers did not work for me. The marketing did not work for me. I was like one of those people who just didn't really give this movie a chance when I was watching trailers in theaters. The only thing I trusted with this project was Sony Animation, which I do think are one of the stronger animated studios we have working today. They're most known for putting together the Spider-Verse movies. So that was kind of what I was hoping to enjoy. But I gotta be honest, this was definitely a genuine surprise. I really had a good time with Go. If you're new to the channel, I am just as big of a sports person as I am movie person. And there were a lot of children's sports movies when I was a kid, both animated and live action. And I do feel like maybe it's just me, but it feels like there's a lot more. All the sports movies these days are very awards baity and are made to inspire children. They're a lot more depressing or those type of movies. You just don't see fun kids sports movies. And I think this is a breath of fresh air because this movie obviously is having a really good time talking animals, playing basketball. It's obviously a lot of fun. The voice cast is a lot of fun. But this movie, I think, is a movie that a lot of parents are going to welcome to their kids because it has a really strong messages about sports in general, not just about basketball, how important it is being on a team, what it means to be on a team, being selfless. And again, as someone who grew up playing team sports throughout my entire childhood, it's a big part about what makes me, I think, who I am, how I interact with people, is because of I was basically had to be on a team from a very young age. I do think children's sports, youth sports shapes a lot of people, millions of people. I do think this is a really strong message for kids. And also, it's a very inspiring story. I think a lot of people out there have idols who are celebrities, even if it's not athletes, that they see and they just don't see them ever reaching that level. And it takes one person, if it's a family member, if it's a friend who believes in them, to make them realize this actually is a dream that could become a reality. So I do think there's a lot of just really strong messages in there for kids. I think parents are going to get a lot of that. If you're a hardcore basketball fan, there are a lot of Easter eggs and references dropped that I thought were a lot of fun. Helps that Steph Curry is one of the main producers on the movie. As I said, the voice cast is really strong. McLaughlin is really good as Will Harris. David Harbour, I thought was a standout scene stealer. He plays a character who is not the greatest at basketball, but really is more distracted by having these two chaotic children that keep destroying things wherever they go. I found his subplot to be one of the funnier parts of the movie. And I did like the arc for Gabrielle Union's Jet Fillmore, who, again, we live in a sports era now where people go on debate shows every single morning talking about who are the greatest athletes of their sport, who are the greatest basketball players of all time. Literally, it's a conversation in the sports media world every single day. And now we're taking this one athlete who was considered the best player of all time, but she's never won a championship before. And does that make her not the greatest of all time? All of these things are very real sports media conversation, which I find very ridiculous on a daily basis. Also, the animation here is just gorgeous. I love the way Sony animates their movies. It's very hyper realistic. There's some things that look very real, some things that don't, but I don't think they blend very well together. Now, are there cliches in this movie? There are. You can kind of tell where the movie's going from the beginning to the very end. The wrenches that are thrown in the mix are very obvious. I think they could have made the villains a little bit more interesting. Maine, who's voiced by Aaron Pierre, was funny at first, but his character felt one-dimensional as the movie kept going. And there's one particular character who I feel it's just the most obvious villain you could find in a movie like this, the way they use players and things of that nature. I wish there was like an interesting foe that our characters were going up against. I never felt like our characters were going to be in danger of losing or not achieving what they want to achieve. And again, this definitely hits all of those sports movie moments that you want in a sports movie. But overall, I really think this is a really solid kids movie. If you're a basketball fan, I highly recommend checking it out. I really enjoyed Go. I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever since sliced bread, but I still think it's a really enjoyable movie. I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5, guys. 73% for GOAT. Let me know your thoughts on the movie down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.